So the first question was about how I feel about getting this passing the ICF audit as someone who has developed a solution, and of course I feel quite proud, well, very proud for all of the work that the team has put into it. While we were doing product discovery, we realized very soon that the technical aspect wouldn't necessarily be a challenge because it was quite similar to other coaching solutions that we're offering in our portfolio. But where team coaching was quite different was the processes, the dynamics amongst the team members, with the coach, with the company itself. And we really, really wanted to deliver something impactful. So we worked as a cross-functional team involving our team coaching experts and some team coaches from our networks through interviews and surveys to really try and distill what were the essential unmissable elements that make team coaching such an impactful solution and how we could translate them into this B2B digital platform setting. So getting the passing the audit has been a validation in a way, not only of the process, but of the output of the work that we've done. And it also gives us much more confidence, I would say, that we are delivering the best possible, best practice aligned solution for our teams, for the teams who will benefit from team coaching, to put them in the best possible position to get the impact of this solution. So the second question is how this affects speaks as a company. And I think that's quite an interesting question. I think not only because the outcome itself, so having passed the audit, is quite important for us, but really the process itself was very significant. Even the decision of taking part into this audit process was quite a milestone for us because we had no benchmarks against which we could measure ourselves for the team coaching solutions. We were the very first. So it was a bit of a risky solution to present our work without really being sure of what we would receive or being able to look to someone else to see how it had gone for them. But at the same time, it also represented an opportunity for us to position ourselves as thought leaders or pioneers in trying to set higher standards for team coaching in digital platforms for scalable team coaching solutions. So it was a great process for us, not only because it sort of paid off, our bravery paid off in a way, but it was also a great learning experience. We took so much away from this process, getting input from the auditors, from the ICF itself. So as a product manager working on the team coaching solution, I'm really looking forward to already implementing some recommendation to make the solution even better than what we have already, which was great. And I think it also crystallized for me, at least, and I think for Speaks, that the ICF is not only an institution that creates guidelines, it really is a partner for the coaches, for the buyers of coaching, but for the providers themselves. So this is a great partnership, I think. So the last question is about how I think that this will affect the coaching industry. And I have to say, I'm quite hopeful that we will be the first of many providers getting audited by the ICF. And I think that this will be ultimately to the benefit of the coaching industry. Whenever we create this type of benchmarks and standards, I think that it provides a lot of clarity and transparency to all of the different actors, not only the customers who are purchasing coaching, but also the providers ourselves. We know what are the minimum standards that we need to comply with to be able to offer an experience that is aligned with the principles of team coaching. And of course, each one can then add what they want. We don't want to be all the same, but at least we're speaking all the same language. I think it's also going to be great for the coaches who works for the providers because they will know that they can continue their principles that they apply in their personal team coaching practice into the providers that are working for the specific delivery of those team coaching projects. And the organization itself is aligned with the code of ethics, it's aligned with the team coaching principles. I think that is going to give coaches the best chance to do their best work without having to be worried about everything else. And For the clients themselves, the users and the customers, in the case of B2B, is going to be um, way to know that the coaching that they are receiving really is team coaching, and that that means that it's aligned to everything the research tell us that team coaching is great for. This will allow for a more coherent, more consistent across teams, across times, across industries, a more different, a more consistent team coaching experience, which teams really need, especially in the digital space, because I think more and more we're getting digital teams. They don't really have a physical space where they meet, so that they can get such a great intervention in the space where they already are, I think is quite significant and impactful. And hopefully this will lead to an overall popularization of digital team coaching as a digital professional development solution.